and institutions that arrest and convict people. But some of them have been arrested before, publicly. Some of them have faced allegations officially. Some of them have been accused by the president of the country of stealing. So, and don't forget that I'm your colleague on this side. I've been an investigative journalist, written about all these guys. You can go to the website, Sahara Reporters, and Google their names. You will see their dossier there.
Okay, speaking about dossier, you have been calling. We will answer. At least get you connected to the man you want to talk to. I'm sure you don't want to talk to Rita today. No problem, no offense taken. But you can start doing that after this break. But the numbers to call, let's just give it out just in case.
All right, so you can be part of the conversation. The number to call is 0809 555 0983 or 0704 337-1743, and of course you can send a message on WhatsApp. The number is 0809-444-0983. This is People's Assembly on Hot 98.3 FM. We'll be right back after this message.
Okay, so we're going to open the phone line moving forward and leave you and them.
No problem. I'm used to phone callers.
But is there anything specifically you want to talk about that would
I like the flow. Sometimes, radio. That's why I love radio. The flow is usually dictated by the interactions, and don't want to force anything.
No, voila. Oh, we're waiting patiently for 28th of September. Where everybody goes.
Well, everybody will not start on Sunday.
That's we're going to talk about that. 150 days of campaign before election is a lot.
That's a lot. But this was less than what we did in 2019. I did 35 states in 2019. And now you probably can't even do that anymore because a lot of the states are now under bandit control.
Yes, insecurity.
So,
boss. Again, you missed.
Always.
You missed. Anyways, welcome back. It is still the People's Assembly. We still have our guests in the studio. Yes, the phone lines are clearing up. But before we went on that break, we were talking about who our guests consider to be his strongest, or yes, let me put it that way, strongest contender when it comes to the presidential election in 2023. And he did say that, well, his worry is not about the people. But if you look at it from the point of capacity of these individuals, let's pretend that these things you say aren't true, or let's believe they aren't true, or however. And in terms of the capacity of these candidates, who would you say would be your greatest contender in terms of capacity?
If I thought there would be a better contender, I won't be running. I'll line up behind the person. And the easy way to break this down for your listeners is most of the frontline. When I say frontline, I don't mean that they're going to win, but because of the fact that they are in these old, bigger parties, most of them have been in fact, the four contenders that we keep hearing about, frequently mentioned, they were two-term governors in their states. One of them was a two-term vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The question to ask is, which of them turned his state to the United Arab Emirates that they love to quote and go to all the time? Which of them created or built a hospital that they themselves can go to for treatment? Which of them built schools that they can send their own children to? Which of them built roads upon which they can drive freely? Which of them paid workers as at when due, or with the living wage? I'm not saying minimum wage. Minimum wage in Nigeria is slave wage. There's nobody who can survive on 30,000 naira per month. Even your cell phone cannot survive on 30,000 naira per month between charging it and recharging it. So how do you pay workers 30,000 naira per month and you start celebrating it? Which of them paid pensioners on time? Which of them didn't take care of his own personal interests against the interests of their subjects? Let me use your word. That's not the right word, but their citizens? Those are the questions that are pertinent, and that's why those are the things I want Nigerians to be asking them. Because they've had the opportunity to change the narratives about Nigeria through their interventions politically in their states where they governed before. None of those guys can defend their record. That is why you are not likely to see them in your studio. The same way I would drive here freely to talk about my programs, my agenda, and my records and my character. A lot of these guys have no character. They have no integrity. And there's a reason why...
That's a bit hard.
Yes, that's the reason why I can't even be mentioning which of them I will go with. Because this is not my dream country of 2022. You know, I was expecting Nigeria because I entered the university at the age of 18 in 1989. When I thought by the time I leave the university, 10 years later, Nigeria would have developed. There'll be water to drink, there'll be roads to drive on, hospitals. We won't be dealing with terrorism at this stage, even though it's a global challenge. But this is not the way we could have been handling it. We will be dealing with bandits taking over even a home state of the president, bandits threatening to abduct and kidnap the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 2022. These are things that are unheard of.
Okay, let's get on to the phone lines now. Yeah. The one question I would like to throw at you before we're done has to do with the new Electoral Act of 2022.
Yes.
The duration for campaigning, and of course the budgetary allowance for the amount that candidates are allowed to spend. But we have someone on the line.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Corita. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Good morning.
My name is Abakar. I'm calling you from Babalaga. Good morning, presidential material. Sowore. How are you?
That sounds like husband material.
How many ads?
I align myself with all your solution with a section 3, etc. I don't buy the school of thought that we must do away with the old breed of politicians or ruling ends before revolution can take place. You can come on board and correct the situation and apply for the nation of those who don't want to comply. That is the thing. There's no social revolution anywhere in the world without carrying all people along. And you, Sowore, why don't you apply the former President of America, practice, political practice? He was community barrister. He rendered voluntary services.
Which of them are you talking about?
Which one are you talking about?
Which former president?
Barack Obama.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Then before he died for Senate seat, senatorial seat, and he won. He learned the role of the networking of American policy before he died for the highest office. Thank you. God bless you.
Okay.
That was more like a suggestion.
So you're saying, why don't you go through the whole hall? Should we take another call for your response?
Yeah, why not? Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello,
Good morning.
Good morning.
This Pokemon in the river is of the Revolutionary Council of the Nigerian people. Christian rebel Nigerians, Christian revolutionary Abuja. Greetings, Sowore.
Good morning. Revolution now.
Peace and love.
Thank you.
Greetings, patriotic finals over there.
We greet you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Sowore, for the way you educated looking at the issue. I like you because you are fluent, you are expressive, and you are concerned about your country, about your decadent country, anyway. But unfortunately, the people listening to us now know why about Nigeria, so there are no need in the congestion, there are no need to the volume. If you examine the law of graduation and the law of give and take, the law of showing and reading, so where Nigeria is going. My question is this, Sowore, for you. Yes, you are politically conscious, economically, socially conscious by a country. But then, there's what we call short-term political egocentrism. That is when your consciousness goes with egocentricity. So it comes to roll on point and it becomes duplicitous. Now we are revolutionaries. So just as you said, we have gone to prison, what the person is aware, they have investigated us. Gone to prison, we have suffered like you. That is the cause of a revolutionary. Now, you started with contesting an election to the president of Nigeria. That's good anyway, that's their vision. But then, why is it that you turned around when you felt to become president by election, you started declaring the position? Don't you think you are provocative? Don't you think that you are being chameleonic or critical? Yes, because we revolutionaries, we believe that the only way to achieve change in Nigeria is not by aligning with politicians, fraudulent politicians. It's by carrying out revolution just as it happened in Tunisia. It happened recently in Sri Lanka.
All right. All right, okay, you would have to answer your question at some point. Thank you very much for joining us. No, I'm the queen, not a princess. Thank you, sir.
Well, let me answer the first question. And I think that is the often given advice by Nigerians who have been so beaten down over the years, to the largest they've lost their self-esteem. And even a child, when they are growing up, you don't tell them that the sky is the limit. You tell them to aim high. And when it comes to our presidency, suddenly our people don't want to aim high. They think it's a preserve of a certain group of persons, whether they are competent, capable, or incapacitated. You understand? And those of us who are running on our records, our character, and capacity. If you don't doubt my capacity to run the country well, why are you asking me to go to the Senate? If you have an ambition to go to the Senate, head to the Senate, go and contest to be senator. I do not believe that at this time my services are needed at the Senate. My services are needed at the presidential level, because that's where you need a man of character, a man of courage, a man of capacity, and someone who has exposure and the proper education and understanding of the Nigerian nation. And like he mentioned, Obama started as a community organizer. Obama is probably a little older than me, but I started before Obama as a community organizer, as a student. That's a community right there. So I served this country in various capacities to bring about democracy when I was really young. So when people say this, we keep telling them, don't limit your ambition simply because your country doesn't allow you to thrive. You should keep your ambition high and make sure that your country allows you to thrive. This country must respect that very popular saying that the child of nobody should be able to become somebody in their own country, regardless of where they come from. And take that to heart. With regards to our friend who was talking about the revolutionary space he came from, I think he has a little bit of misunderstanding of who revolutionaries are. Revolutionaries are people who don't stop when the injustices they are working against have not been addressed. So if you do an election and the elections don't address your concerns as revolutionaries, you move to the streets. And people are very quick in Nigeria to mention revolutions in other countries, but they forget that those revolutions took time. Some of the time they try elections, they don't work. Had there not, for example, been revolution now in 2019, I have a feeling that we may not have had NSAS. Because it was one of the spaces that kept giving people consciousness and courage that you can confront the regime. And when we had SARS, there was some level of respect for young people in this country. And it brought about the kind of consciousness that you may not have gotten even if you were in a university learning to be conscious, because of the way and manner there was an eruption of the revolutionary zeal of the youth. The problem was that we didn't achieve our objective and aims at that time. But that doesn't mean that it will not happen. It just means that we had to keep trying. So let our friend go back and read revolutionary texts more, because then he can understand me better.
All right, we're about to go on a break, but let's take this call. You called me. Who placed it on hold? Okay, we'll be back after the hold. Let's go on a break. Okay, where's the handful?
Is it regular call?
Yes, I was expecting.
I could tell.
Something of that nature from him.
Get the Super Beach Splash and enjoy all the excitement from Nigeria's reality shows. Plus, 1 hour free streaming on YouTube for just 500 naira. Dial star 141 star 514 hash. Airtel, the smartphone network. Yini zai siya ne naira miliyan wata gina ma ba za su ishe da ma da biyar ko goma ne. Kuma na iya zama da kara a gasar Airtel BM Go. Sakati da ma karin naira tabbas tare da kyauta har naira miliyan 100 da za a iya ci kowane ma. Danna star 444 star 4 hash don shiga gasar. Gasar zai gudana daga yanzu zuwa 31 ga watan Oktoba.
Uncle Sam, how far now?
5 minutes now.
You need to take a photo with Sowore when you're done. Sam is an intern. He's in the university right now doing mass comm.
Wow, which university?
Bingham University.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And we are back. Yes, indeed, fantastic. And the phone lines are blaring off. We'll just get back to it. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, Akirita.
Good morning, sir.
And good morning to the data candidate in the studio. Omoyele.
Good morning, sir.
First and foremost, we need to salute the courage of Omoyele. I never know that I will always speak to you. Through your Sahara reporters, Nigerians have been able to recover from data fraud. In fact, I so much love you, and I want you to continue. In fact, going on with that thing that you have executed, Nigerians are proud of you. We believe that at some point in time, we should become to lamplight, because you have started many records, this record in Nigeria. I have seen many times you have suffered, you have been executed so many times, because you are advocating for the progress of this country, that I cannot support it. You have always been here. Anyway, so I want you to keep going ahead, because those are the people that, in fact, apart from you and the people who, no other can get into the race. Let me tell you that you are voter. We will actually be behind you, and we are proud of you. Thank you so much for having a nice meeting with us.
Thank you very much and good morning. Appreciate your call this morning.
Okay, we are not in 2023 yet. He already has 2 candidates only. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Rita.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dr.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sowore. Yes, so my name is I'm calling from AYS. Calling you a business is taking to because you have to do it.
Oh, that's just. It's an open relationship, not first taking.
What did he say?
A lot of us have to know about Mr. Sowore, even with arrest, detention. We never knew about him before.
Oh wow.
I've been posting it. And it's a young man that has courage. It's a young man that has vision in political. It's a young man that has demonstrated that he has passion for the Nigerian people and the Nigeria, as a country. The one thing I'm afraid of is that since 1999, I've never seen anybody become the president of Nigeria without at least being a governor or former governor. So what we are even saying is that he's a good candidate, the good material, the one country govern and at least run to House of Rep or Senate or contest to become a governor so that he can get more ground, so that he can make more friends. Because as it is now, in the coming election, I don't think we have to thank you. Thank you very much.
It depends on if this is the question they want everybody's asked.
I've answered it before. And see, the easy way to also help him further is that, does he know of a former governor who really became president apart from Jonathan, who you can say is an accidental governor? Because there's no constitutional requirement that say you must be governor before class captain, before or former principal of a school, before you become commissioner of education, or before you become the minister of education. So people just say all these things because I understand where it is coming from.
Yeah.
The people of this country's image, self-esteem have been battered over the years. They don't even believe in themselves anymore. So they find it hard sometimes to even relate with people who courageously say, look, I want to be this because I'm qualified to be this. The other simple way to answer it is that the people who were former governors, we have had 2 former head of states who have become presidents. What did they do for you with all their experience? They left Nigeria broken and ruined. One of them is still there now, the Ile of Aso Rock.
Okay, I don't understand Yoruba. Sorry.
Yes.
What does that even mean? Let's take this.
Let's proceed.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Rita. Good morning, what do you call it? Show. How are you doing now?
Good morning, comrade.
Max Sowore is my name. Max Sowore is my name.
Good morning.
Yes. Rita and the Nigerians who cares to know, I love Sowore very well. As a junior comrade in NAMS, that was when Sowore was a senior comrade in NAMS. So he has been putting the fight, crying for better Nigeria. You can see that Sowore is among those who fought for the democracy. As a young man, I can testify to that. I used to, in those days when I normally go from the university to Anthony Village to go and visit my mentor, Ben Ganifai. Normally motion about the Sowore. If I have my religion ground, just like as I discussed with you at Court of Appeal before today, and then the Court of Appeal promises, and I told you I love what you're doing. Then as it stands now, please, see yourself with somebody you know that has a good aspiration. It's not as if that you're not qualified. It's not as if that anything is wrong. Someone from their tribe has taken this thing for 8 years, president for 8 years, now vice president for 8 years. Now the Northerners has taken. So they're crying out loud. Let us support, give the president of Southeast to one chance, at least even for 4 years. Even if and he is competent, everybody know. Support him. I'm not saying that you're not competent. We have to actualize what we are. Everybody know that Sowore has been crying for better Nigeria, and nobody can do it. Well, I have told him before. He has everything. That is my plea. That's my plea. Because yes, you have the system now for what is happening. Nobody, they won't get that support you require because your brother just left there after 8 years. Your brother is also there as a vice. So the man is competent, and from all ramifications, whichever way you're looking at it, by age, by academic qualification, by the tribe is coming from everything, from the background, the religious background, he is the most qualified person to be there. That is my take. Thank you very much. I love you so. Remember what I told you that we are going to give you, we got my place, we just thank you for supporting us.
This guy at the Court of Appeal promised me a wife from Owerri. My wife is still angry since we hear that.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Bryce? He said you promised him a wife from Owerri. His wife is looking for you.
My wife is looking for you.
His wife is looking for you, and I'm also looking for you.
It's still the question.
Okay, yeah.
The question is different.
Yes, it is different because it's difficult to talk about Nigerian politics and not have this kind of thing.
This is why, you see, this is why if Nigeria was well governed, it would be the sweetest place to be on earth. Because people have like very diverse opinions about issues. Nigerians are actually very robust when it comes to the understanding of politics. When they need to make the move, that it gets difficult. See, I'm not a tribalist. I'm not a regionalist. I'm not involved in any ethnic issues, and I don't also participate in religiosity. I dare to say I don't know them before. They don't represent me. I've never believed in them. And the other thing to say to ourselves is look at what the rotational presidency has done to Nigeria. Obasanjo was president for 8 years. He couldn't construct the road from Lagos to Ota, his hometown, his farm. So Buhari is president today. His state, I don't know if he can return back to Katsina to, in peace when he retires, because the state has been taken over by bandits. Jonathan was president of Nigeria for 6 years. The Niger Delta region is still broken and in shambles. And what I tell people is that anybody that believes in justice is your brother. To me, sometimes I feel like I'm more Igbo than some of these Igbo politicians, because I understand the issues more than they do. I have traveled around the country. That's not the reason to say that I know it better. But if today you want to count anybody that stand by issues affecting the North, Southeast, you find me there. We met at the Court of Appeal, like I was saying, 3 days ago. What did I go there to do? To go and stand in solidarity with Kanu because of his unjust incarceration. The Igbo politicians we are talking about will never come there. They are not interested, except if it will help them confuse the masses in the East and visit Kanu. But do they believe in the cause? No. So there's a saying that I think it's a proverb that the forest one day met and decided to vote for the axe. And the trees say, oh, let's vote for the axe. And other members of the forest said, no, don't vote for the axe. So the tree said, well, let's vote for the axe because the handle is made of wood. And since the axe entered the forest, the trees have never had peace. So stop voting for the axe because the handle is made of wood. It will cut you down.
Do you honestly think that with the pulse you feel in this country right now, that Nigeria can rise above the politics of religion and region?
It's
tribal.
That's why I keep telling people that I come from a revolutionary angle to all of this. Because I've seen what tribalism has done to this country, what regionalism has done to this country, what religiosity has done to this country. People are shouting that you have Muslim ticket, Christian Muslim ticket. And the question I ask them, have you ever asked if the candidates are themselves Muslims? If they believe in what they profess? They're just fooling you with the label. The way they behave, do these people have any, godliness in them? If they are afraid or fearful of God, if they fear God, would they be doing what they are doing to you? This neighborhood alone, Apple to Asokoro area, there are over 6,200 or 500 houses that are unoccupied. They just build mansions and throw the keys away. You see maybe policemen out there and they may guard and cleaner. But majority of people in Abuja have nowhere to stay. But the politically religious are the ones who are most likely to steal monies meant for children who want to go to school and use it to send their own children to school. They even steal money meant for sending people to pilgrimage. political.
Nigeria today into the way and the manner we are seeing things going on. That those that have been in this race have been and they have been. The coming in of the youth, seeing it as it is not an easy task at all, because in the first place, the monetary aspect of it, you see that when the youth get up to go into higher position, we start experiencing. That is exactly to participate in the election activity. And see what is happening there. Sometimes they come at the compound, they make them to sign what is not, and all those things. So I'm seeing it as they have planted and gravitated corruption into the spirit and into the blood of our youth today. Even from secondary schools, Wyatt and Neko, to see examination.